Alright, this is where we left off last time. Well, we had our image here, and we need to go back in and um, go ahead and format that a little bit better. Okay, one of the things that we have this image here. Now what we want to do is, there really should have been a hyperlink over that. So let's go ahead and add the hyperlink. And we'll do that with the A tag. So just type A, hit tab. It'll add in the rest, and we want this to be http www.tridenttech.edu. So now that's where that link goes. The end of the anchor tag is here, and we don't want it here because there'll be nothing hyperlinked. So we need to put this at the end of where we want linked, and we want this image to actually be linked. So we will go ahead and take this and drag it down. There we go. Alright, so let's see what we've done. We'll do File and Save. I'll go back to the page. I'll refresh it. And now you can see that my mouse pointer icon has turned into a finger. The problem is, as soon as I get off, it's not there. We really want this hyperlink to be the entire section, so that when a person wants to go back to our home page, they can just click anywhere up here, not just specifically on the logo, because they might not know to do it on the logo. So let's go back and see how we're going to fix that. And what we want to do, now that we have that, we want to go into our styles. And the image is fine. We don't want to touch the image. What we want to do is we want to say, well, in the header, I have an A tag or anchor tag, and I'm going to go ahead and style that. And what I want to do is I want to just make a display and block. Okay, if you remember, the difference between a block and an inline item is a block item takes up the entire space of the container. So let's go ahead and save this. And then let's go back to our page. Alright, so there's nothing here, and that's because the anchor tag goes from one side of this image to another because it's in line, so that's all it's going to do. If we try to make this if we wanted to make this so that it extends all the way from one side to the other, we now make the A tag, which is encompassing this image, into a block item, and then all over here it also will be hyperlinked. So let's go ahead and refresh the page. And now when I move down, you can see now it's the hyperlink is the entire area. So success. All right, let's go back so that's what we want to do. The next thing we want to do is get this done here. So let's go back to our Sublime, and let's go ahead and make another element. So we're done with the header. Now we're going to go down. We're going to call this the Nav Element. I always forget to. Alright, Nav, and then I press Tab, and it goes ahead and puts the tag in for me. Great. Alright, so the next thing we want to do is put our navigation items. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to make an unordered list, just like we did in the last exercise. I cannot stop forgetting UL tab. That's not going to work. I am not used to not typing in the tags. Alright. UL tab. There we go. And then in here, I'm going to have all my list items. So I'll press enter. And then LI tab. Try it again. Tab. There you go. Alright, and then I'm going to, inside this, I'm going to have my anchor tag. So I'm going to type in A and then tab. And then I have to use the arrow keys to come back and tab again. And then in here, I'm just going to put a hashtag. The hashtag means that it's going to go to a bookmark. And there is no bookmark. So it's just sort of a placeholder because we don't have the other pages built yet. Alright, then inside the anchor tag, we're going to have to put in our home. So that's our first one. And let's just go ahead and do that again. LI tab. Okay. Then A tab. Move back. Tab again. And then a hashtag. And then we got to put in the text that we want, which is about us. Great. Alright, and might as well do it a third time. We can actually copy and paste. Damn. I cannot remember not to do that. Alright. Okay. LI tab. A tab. Move back. Tab again. Hashtag. Alright, and then inside the A, I'm going to put getting started. Okay, and I also have a problem over here. Start li, stop li, start li. Whoops, no, stop li. Trying to get this thing to do the automatic means I accidentally got rid of that. Alright. And you can click on this and see that this is underlined, that's underlined. So that's an easy way for us to check to make sure our tags are all working fine. Alright, we can bring up that UL. Alright, so there's our start UL, NUL, and our navigation. Alright, so let's see what we did. File, save. Then we'll go back to our page. And refresh. Perfect. Exactly how we want it. Not really. So we have a section here, but we can't see it. And then these all have the dots, and they also are in the wrong order. So, well, in the right order, but in the wrong configuration. So we need to go back and fix all that. And of course, we're going to do that with our style. We have our structure. So now we're just going to go ahead and style those up. Alright, so the next thing I'm going to have to do, let's go ahead and tighten this up a little bit. Alright, I'm going to have to add a nav and then add some styles to that. So the background color of the nav is going to be black. Right, and that's all we really need to have. Well, that's also, we need to push all our elements to the left. So we'll have text align, left. Alright, and let's go ahead and build and test, file, save. So, and let's see what we've done to our page. And go back, and I'll refresh. Nice. So everything's pushed to the left. And we have this area up here as a mess, and these are not oriented correctly. So let's go back and fix those then. Okay, those have nothing to do with the LIs. So next what we have to do is we have to actually change the properties of the UL. Whoops. So the unordered list of properties, one is that it has a list style. And we don't want any. None. Alright, so we'll do file and save. I'll go back and refresh. And nothing changes. But actually what we did is we took the black dots away, but you just can't see it. Alright, let's go back. And notice that we have one of the problems that we have. Oops, didn't want to do that. One of the problems we have is also this white line here. We want to get rid of that. It has, if we inspect the element, and we can go into the nav section here. So that's our nav section. And there's our UL. So there's nav, there's UL. And if we take a look by going down to this section here, no, it's not going to show us. what we have is we have up on the top you can see the border. So there's a margin up and below. So we want to get rid of those, and that's in the UL. So let's go back and fix that. So in the UL we'll also have a margin. Oops. 1 pixel. Okay, and then we'll do File and Save. And then we'll go back and I can't touch that margin or and then I'll refresh. Okay, now we've gotten rid of that. You'll see that that white line is actually there in the Trident text, so we're going to keep that. Alright, now we have to go back and do the last thing. Okay, and that is... Alright, we'll get rid of this. Okay, the last thing we have to do is now configure the nav line items. Okay, so for each LI, what we want to do is want to display this as an inline block. And what that's going to do now is it's going to take them out of their list. File, save, and then refresh. Great. See, so now it's no longer is inline in that it's not taking up the entire container, but block in that each one will be on its own line. Great. All right, so now we're getting closer. And let's go ahead and center the text. File and save. And then we'll go back and refresh. And we won't see much. We'll see more when we start padding that. But it looks like we're end of our video. So this is the end of this one.